What is the new substance mentioned in the Penguin series? When we talk about a superhero universe, the hero seems to continually come across substances, which later serve as a trail to find the supervillain. A clear example of these substances are the drops that we could see in the initial movie of the Batman Epic Crime Saga, and that we have seen in the series that gives continuity to this universe, the Penguin series. But obviously, we know that this substance is not one that came to stay, or at least that is what we are led to understand by how the plot goes, and we will see how they will be presenting a new substance in the next episodes of this series. One that presumably would be revolutionizing the business of illicit substances in Gotham and possibly the rest of the cities in this universe. This leaves us with several questions. What is this new substance that we will be seeing? Will it be a mixture of substances that we already know within this universe? In this video, we will be discussing all these details. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before we start with this video, and to celebrate the arrival of the Penguin series, we will be giving away a Funko Pop from the Batman movie. To participate, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment telling us who is your favorite character from the DC universe and why. The winner will be announced on October 31st. There are several doubts we have when we talk about this new substance, but we cannot start without first discussing, what do we know so far about it? When we first heard about this substance, it was during the interaction between Oswald Cobblepot and Alberto Falcone. In this conversation, we could see that Oz was in search of some very important documents, which were hidden and belonged to Carmine Falcone. Documents that will serve our protagonist to facilitate his ascension as the new Gotham's boss. And while he was looking at a jewel that was hidden with these documents, he was surprised by the new boss at the time, Alberto Falcone, the son of his former boss. Oz, with his undisputed cunning, convinces his new boss to have a couple of drinks with him, taking into account that Alberto is an addict, and he knows that if he starts with alcohol during the course of the night, he will consume something much stronger and he will be able to escape without any problem. As they chat, the subject of a new business comes up, which is in Oz's best interest, and he takes the opportunity to plant the idea in his boss's mind that he might be able to help him with the business. Alberto begins to consume the famous drops, mentioning how good they are, but after a while he begins to question that there must be something better, another type of substance. Oz, very curious, asks him what he intends to do and if he plans to alter the formula. Alberto explains that they are not just adding ketchup to some fries, but that he is talking about revolutionizing the game, and proceeds to give him a necklace that seems to cost an absurd amount of money to buy Oz's silence, since he does not want Viti and the others to find out about this plan, before he has the substance on the street and generating a good amount of money. Of course we know this is to no avail, as eventually Oz meets with Johnny Viti and Milos Grappa, who present him with news that is not at all to his liking. They tell our protagonist that they will be shutting down operations at the factory he is running, as they are losing a lot of money thanks to most of their merchandise being damaged by the floods that happened in the city. Floods that, as we all know, were a consequence of the Riddler's actions in the Batman movie that served as the basis for this series. Not only this, but the operations will be moved to a place called Robbinsville, as the situation is calmer than the rest of the places in Gotham currently. Viti and Grappa mention how they are dealing with constant problems where they currently have the operations, with gang invasions, and with the police being very close and constantly watching them. In a moment of desperation, Oz asks his bosses that if he can fix the whole situation, they would consider not moving operations. He knows that at the end of the day, they are only concerned about money, as they took a huge loss on their investment thanks to the Riddler's actions. This is when Oz uses his ability to get his way, by mentioning to Viti and Grappa about a shipment that is about to arrive. The Penguin goes on to say that it is something very big and has the potential to revolutionize the drug business. Of course, without giving too much detail, as he can keep the upper hand over them. And goes on to say that they don't have to do anything as he will take care of everything. And that this new substance will go beyond what the drops ever did. Finally, we learn that the last time the substance is mentioned is when Oz is with Sophia Falcone, who tells Oz that this plan for this new substance is something that only she and her brother knew about. This begs the question, what exactly is this new substance? Will we see the integration of more supervillains into the series as a result? Let's remember that we have the idea that Sophia is the mastermind behind the Falcone family's operations. If so, we could assume that it was her idea to move operations to Robbinsville, as well as the plan for the new substance that would be revolutionizing the drugs, overcoming the impact caused by the drops. We should also remember that Sophia Falcone spent time at Arkham Asylum, leaving us with the idea that Sophia must have had interactions with other supervillains who were locked up in that psychiatric hospital. If so, we have an idea of what this new substance may be, as we can assume that the time Sophia spent locked up, she used it to have a benefit in the future by gaining knowledge of other substances we have already seen. And you may be wondering, which ones? One of them could be the fear toxin, also known as fear gas, which is the signature weapon of the supervillain known as the Scarecrow. These toxins induce involuntary and sometimes irrational fear in the minds of their victims, driving them insane. Now let's assume that this new substance we will be seeing is a variant of the drops formula mixed with another one, since drops are currently the ones that are monopolizing the market. Obviously, we know that if you mix it with the fear toxins, this would not be very good business, as consumers will have a bad high, even if the dose is small. I say this because of the effects this substance causes, as it induces involuntary fear in its victims. So we can assume that this substance is not a good candidate for their plan. But there is a substance that Sophia could have learned about at Arkham Asylum that could work. And thanks to the Batman movie, we could see that where they took the Riddler was to Arkham Asylum. Being locked up watching the news of what he caused, we saw that the Riddler has a very interesting moment with a character, which you cannot appreciate his appearance very well. But by how he acts and his iconic laugh, we could deduce that it is the Joker. This was later confirmed thanks to a deleted scene of Pattinson's Batman next to this iconic villain, to whom he went to try to decipher the identity of the then mysterious Riddler. So we know that in this universe, the Joker is present, and we know exactly where he is. So there is the possibility that Sophia has mixed the formula of the drops with an altered version of the Joker's poison. But what are the effects of this poison? Well, the Joker's venom causes victims to laugh uncontrollably, and lethal variants of the Joker's venom have been known to leave their victims with a permanent smile on their face. Who knows? Maybe Sophia knows a little about the formula, enough to go hand in hand with the formula of the drops. And in a way, the one who consumes this new substance will have a better experience when consuming it. Leaving the drops in the past, since this new substance is one that people will consume more, thus creating a revolution in the world of illicit substances in this universe, and showing the results that Alberto, Sophia, Oz, Viti, and Grappa now hope to achieve. But to know exactly what this new substance or drug is, we must wait and continue watching the series to see what they will be presenting to us. But tell me what you think about all this. Do you think this new substance could be mixed with some other substance we already know about? Or do you think it's something completely different? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.